We're doing a Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me today, mainly because I haven't done one of these in a very long time, and you guys haven't really seen my updated collection here recently. I'm going like this because my makeup is stored over here. If you've seen any of my past Shop My Stashes, you might be in for a tiny bit of a shock when I go through the shopping my stash portion, because I have been decluttering makeup off camera over the last couple of months, and I feel like I've been getting rid of quite a few things. And by getting rid of, I don't mean like throwing away unless it's expired. I mean like I'm putting it in a box to donate it. So because of that, my collection is a lot smaller and more curated, which is what I'm going for. I feel like I probably should have filmed the whole decluttering process over the last couple months, but honestly, I would just come in my makeup room every once in a while and just go through it, declutter a couple things, and then come back a week or two later, go through it again, declutter a couple things. It wasn't like one big sit down. I didn't really go category by category. It was just random things over the last couple months that I decided to donate. So that's why I wanted to do a Shop My Stash today. This is the look that I make. If I'm looking kind of Oompa Loompa orangey, that's because one of the products did me dirty. So stay tuned for that to see which one it was. So now let's go back in time to me shopping my stash, show you that portion, and then me applying this makeup look right here. Okay, please do not judge my makeup collection, how messy it is, just all of the above. Please. Thank you so much. Okay, starting up here with concealers. As you can see, I do not have very many anymore, which I'm very happy about. I haven't used this Say Glowy gel in a hot minute, so let's go ahead and try this one out again. Alrighty, for foundation, I used to love this Physicians Formula one, and I have not reached for it in a really long time. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with this, but I usually like to mix in the Purita Cica Clearing BB Cream, so we're going to do that as well. Okay, coming over here for a concealer. You guys, I bought the Natasha Denona concealer again. I had it a while ago. It was too light of a shade. I did not like it because it was looking really drying on my under eyes, but I thought it was the shade, so I rebought it. Still don't know how I feel about it though, so let's try it out on camera to show you guys what my thought process is about it. Okay, powder. You know, I don't know how I feel about this Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. They sent it to me in PR, and I know that this is a really well-loved powder that's been around forever, but I've only used it once, and I don't know my thoughts on it, so let's use it again today. Okay, shockingly for brows, I don't think I'm going to use my e.l.f. Wow Brow. I think I'm actually going to use my Patrick Ta Duo. I just really need to get back into these and try to use them up. They're both almost gone. I just need to use them up. Then for highlight, I decluttered this yesterday, off camera, and I got rid of a bunch of highlights. But let's go ahead and use Nabla Ozone. This used to be a favorite, and I haven't reached for it in forever. Anyone else just staring at that hangnail? I know, guys, I know. My nails are disgusting. I try. I don't know how to make them not gross. Okay, for blush, I will probably end up doing a liquid blush and a powder blush. That has just been my jam lately. This blush drawer is looking like a hot mess. I decluttered a lot recently and got rid of a lot. You can see some over here that I'm still on the fence about. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but also these are extra pillows. Just please, I know, guys. My makeup room is a hot mess. What you don't see is this mess over here. These are all donations. This is going to an organization that I'm donating to. That's all skincare makeup, and that is all clothes and stuff that I'm donating as well. So this room, hot mess express, okay? You guys just don't see it on camera, you know? I'm good at hiding it. Also, that's makeup down there that I need to try. Those are just boxes I need to throw away. So I'm exposing myself right now, but yeah, that's real life, right? Okay, for the powder blush, I know I want to use this one right here from Essence. This is their Pure Nude Baked Blush, and this is in the shade Shimmering Rose. I got this recently from Ulta because I love the other shade I have so much that I wanted another one, which I need to stop doing. I really do, but I'm glad I did pick up another shade of this because this is really beautiful and I want to show it on camera for you guys. Okay, and then since that is more of a rose color, let's go ahead and use this e.l.f. one right here called Dusty Rose, I believe. I haven't reached for this in a while. Alrighty, bronzers. Again, I'm going to use a cream and a powder. Cream, let's go ahead and use my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand again. I recently uploaded a video on this, but not a lot of people saw that video, I feel like, which is totally fine. I understand. Maybe it just wasn't a hot new release that people were interested in. Obviously this product is not new, but she released new shades and I picked up the fair shade and it works so much better for me than the fair medium shade she used to have. So I kind of want to show this on camera again. And then let's reach for a powder one I haven't reached for in a long time. Let's also stick with Charlotte Tilbury. Let me get this out. I have them wedged in there. We'll go with her Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 2. I'm going to come over here to my little tiny section of eyeshadow palettes actually. I'm not sure if my eyeshadow palette declutter is already up by the time I put this video up. I haven't decided which one I'm going to put up first, but I decluttered my eyeshadows recently and I was pretty ruthless, if I do say so myself. I think I got rid of like half my eyeshadows, which is amazing. Honestly, I just did not need all of them. So the one I really want to use though is my Natasha Denona Glam palette. I have not reached for this in so long. It is such a stunning palette. I need to use this again. Hello, you're seeing behind the scenes of me having my phone on a tripod and holding my new external microphone. This is definitely an interesting combination. I don't really know. I hope the audio is okay. Okay, and then sticking with the more rosy theme with my lips, I'm going to use my Pat McGrath lip liner in the shade Divine Rose. Again, haven't reached for this in forever. And then I think I want to come over here and pair it with my Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in Pink Glow. I don't think you can see that pink glow. Okay, and last but not least, for setting spray, I'm going to go ahead and use the Benefit Professional. Okay, and I think that's a full face, guys. Alrighty, I went ahead and primed my eyelids with the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Longwear Eye Primer with the Glam palette. I've not used this in so long. I am so excited. I used to love this palette so much. Do you know how it goes? You get newer shiny things and you just don't reach for your old favorites as much as you maybe used to. We're going to go with a really simple eye look today. We are going to start off with this transition shade right here. We're going to move into this crease shade beside it. And then I'm pretty sure we're just going to take this center eyelid all over my lid. We might end up topping it with this one right here called Inner Corner. We will see how crazy I want to get. We're going to take that transition shade. I remember this being a really, really light shade. We're going to do a second layer. It's showing up a little bit, not much though. 2 layers on this side as well. A little bit smaller brush, we're going to go into that crease shade. Probably just 1 layer of that. Yeah, I don't want it to be too dark. Just kidding, I'm gonna do a little bit more. Just a smidge, not a ton. It's getting kind of patchy on me. If you guys just watched my Biba palette review that I put up either last video, a couple videos ago, again, I don't know the order I'm putting things up, then you saw that the Biba palette got really patchy on me. And actually, dang it, someone told me to set my eyelid down with a powder, my eye primer down, and maybe that would help with that. And I totally forgot to do that this time. But in that video, I said my other Natasha Denona palettes get patchy and skippy on me as well. And here's proof that that is true because it's just my eyelids, guys. It really is. All right, NYX glitter primer all over the lid. This center eyelid shade looks stunning. Oh man, I don't think it's gonna have as pinky of a tone as I was maybe looking for. Not that this is a pink tone palette at all, but this shade pulls slightly pink. That's gorgeous. That's like the type of, I don't know if I want to say, yeah, I guess this is a shimmer, right? It's not really like metallic, obviously, but this is the type of shade I'm going for these days. Not too intense, not too in your face. Yeah, I'm loving that. That's gorgeous. Look at that shade. It's understated but pretty. It does have like a little soft hint of pink, which I was going for because of our like pinky blushes to kind of like tie it all together, you know? Ooh, that's pretty. Do I want to top that inner corner shade on top? It doesn't look as pinky as it does in the pan. I think I'm gonna tap a little bit, just a little bit, just to see what it does. Not a whole lot. Maybe added a little extra like shimmer, like sparkle to it, but not a whole lot. That's okay. A little bit more of that crease shade. And then no extra product, but that same brush that we used transition on. All right, I think that's looking good, guys. What do you think? Oof, I remember why I love this palette so much. Is this expired? It might be. We're still gonna use it, but I think it really might be. This is the Say Glowy Super Gel in the shade Star Glow. It smells okay. It smells like it normally does. It does have like quite a bit of scent to it, but it's just like a glowy jelly sort of primer. I probably put too much out on my hand, but we're just going to lightly rub that all over the face. The product used to be pretty hyped up. I feel like I saw a lot of my favorite YouTubers raving about it a couple years ago. I don't think it's really as, I don't know, hyped up as it used to be, but I like that it's not too metallic-y. Like there is a glow to it, and it is slightly metallic. Got an eyelash. It is slightly metallic in person, but not too much. And honestly, the foundations I'm going in with are pretty full coverage. So will you even be able to tell I put on a glowy primer? Probably not. The Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation. If you are an OG and you have been around for like 3 years at this point, thank you so much. You know that this is one of my favorite foundations, or it used to be one of my favorite foundations. I raved about this. And also, I went through a whole one and bought another one. But since buying the second one, I haven't really reached for it that much, unfortunately. This is the shade Light. It is a little, not a good shade match for me. A little orangey, but that's why I like to mix in the Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream in the shade number 21 Light Beige, because it does help color correct it a little bit. The Purito is really like gray toned. I don't know if you can tell right now. And then the Physicians Formula is more orangey. So then when you mix them together, it makes a pretty good concoction. I had to get a brand new one of this because I used up my other one. It'll be in my next empties video, but honestly, that won't be for a long time. I've been doing like 2 empties videos a year, just kind of going over like my first half of my year and then my second half. I don't think empties videos are really like that popular anymore. I know they used to be really popular on YouTube. I still watch them when my favorite creators put them up, but I don't know, my last one didn't do the best. Like empties videos a couple years ago got way more views than this past one, and even the one I did earlier in 2024. I mean, it's fine, I understand. YouTube's changing, video types are changing. Honestly, everything's changing, especially with like TikTok and making short form content. I just am not short form content girly. I just am not. If I ever start uploading shorts here on YouTube, message me and be like, are you okay? Because chances are I've been kidnapped and forced to upload shorts. And like, I know if I did, they would probably help grow my channel and get more eyes on my channel and help more people subscribe to me, which would be good. But I just like can't. I don't know. When Instagram was really pushing reels a couple years ago on my makeup Instagram account, I did a couple of them. I tried to keep up and I just got really sick of it really quickly. I'm just like a long form content kind of girly. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. And hopefully you're here to stay with my long chatty videos and all of that. This combo is beautiful. I will say I do like my Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream with my NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation more. I think that's why I stopped using the Physicians Formula. This used to be my holy grail. I loved it so much for years. But then when I got the NARS Soft Matte, it kind of took over. It's just a little bit more matte, a little bit more full coverage, wears so nice on my skin. So I think that's why I stopped using the Physicians Formula. But this is still a really good foundation. I don't know if they make this anymore, but if they do and you're looking for a full coverage matte foundation, I do still enjoy it. I do recommend it. The shade range is wonky. This one's definitely better, but really NARS's shade range for me is kind of wonky too, trying to find an undertone that works for me, but regardless, they're both really good. I had the Natasha Denona concealer a long time ago. I want to say I had well, not a long time ago because it's not like a super old concealer, but like last year or a year and a half ago, but I had the lightest shade possible, I believe. Like R0, I don't know. If I can remember what shade I had, I'll pop it up on the screen somewhere so you can see. And it was way too light. So because of that, it was really dry looking on my under eyes. And I just kind of chalked it up to the shade being too light because every dang person on this earth loves this concealer. I cannot tell you how many people I see rave about this, say it's their favorite concealer ever. They've gone through multiples of them. And again, this is not a super new concealer. It's only been out for maybe 2 years tops. So the fact that all these like larger YouTubers that I am watching that have huge collections are going through multiple concealers, that's saying something. And I never got the hype. So when she was doing the Black Friday sale recently that I picked up the Biba palette and all of that from my Biba palette video, I'll link it if you missed it. I decided to go ahead and pick up another concealer because it was 30% off. And this is not a cheap concealer. So I picked up another shade. This one is an N2. A better shade match for me for sure, but still not perfect. Oh, I really hope this blends out. My dad just stopped by and I had like put on my concealer and then he texted me and I read it on my phone saying, I'm here at your garage. Don't freak out when I walk in. And I had already had the concealer applied, and then he's a man, so he doesn't understand that like things dry as you apply them. So he's just talking to me, talking away. But actually, no, it's blending out fine, which is a good thing to know about this concealer. You don't have to like rush that. If you put it on and then you let it sit for a minute, it's going to blend out fine. So anyways, like I was saying, I used to have it. It was looking really dry on me, but I thought it was because it was too light of a shade. So I did pick up that N2 shade. And I do think it's way better of a shade match for sure. A little smidge dark, but I prefer that. I'd rather have it too dark than too light. But when I blend out this new shade, guys, it's still a little drying on my under eyes. It really is. I'm going to use this. It works way better for me than the light shade I had, but it's still not a favorite. But I will use it up. It just looks drying on my under eyes when I blend it out. And also it's not like super full coverage. I feel like that's what a lot of people love about it, is that it just blanks out everything. And I don't get that experience. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but in person, I just see a tiny bit of blueness still peeking through. I have blueness, I have under eye bags. I don't sleep well at night sometimes. Like, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. But with how much so many people love this concealer, I wanted to give it a go again. And I'm here to tell you, I still don't love it, but I do like it more than I used to. So that's a win, right? And I got a 30% off, so I'll take it. Then we have cream contour. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand in the shade Fair. Again, this is not a new product at all, but she recently had a shade range expansion and she released this Fair shade. Let me pump out a little bit of it. I've had the Fair medium shade forever and it was always too dark on me and it just never looked right on me. It got patchy, it got like just really mainly patchy and just never looked right on me because it was too dark. So this Fair shade works out a lot better for me. I have been wearing this like a lot lately and I just got it. I don't think it's going to take over my NARS cream concealer. Nope, not cream concealer, cream contour in Laguna 01 or my Patrick Ta bronzing duo in She's Statuesque. I still like both of those more, but the ease of application of this to just dot it on my face and blend in is really nice. Those other ones are easy too because they're pots and I just dip my brush in and go. But yeah, this blends in really easily. It wears really nicely all day. It's a really nice tone on me. It's not too dark anymore like the other shade was. So yeah, I like never really got the hype behind this product because the shade just never worked out for me. But now that this Fair shade is a lot better on me, I understand. Like, I understand why people love this product. You know what I mean? Still hate the packaging though. I will say that. Not good packaging. I don't know what she was thinking. I guess let me explain that, because it is really nice that I can dot it on. Like, that is a really nice feature, but it just gets really messy over time is why I don't love that packaging. Then we're going to use the e.l.f. Camo Blush in the shade Dusty Rose. I haven't used this in a long time. That's kind of the point of why I chose it for this video, but I remember really liking this when I first got these blushes, probably a little under a year ago at this point. I was using them very often. I got two shades, this one and I don't know, another shade. I don't know the name off the top of my head, like a brighter pink shade. And I was using them pretty often. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that a lot. I probably won't even need a powder blush on top, but I really want to show that Essence one to you guys because I've been really liking that one too. These are pretty pigmented though, so keep that in mind if you do want to try them out. Go in with like a little bit less than you probably think you need. I just rubbed a little tiny bit on my hand, obviously, and that was more than enough for both cheeks. So they're not as pigmented as the Rare Beauty cream blushes if you've ever used those. Those are super intense. They're not that intense. Like, they're workable. You can use them. They're not going to like make you have like clown cheeks right away. Just less is more. Be careful with them is my tip. All right, we're setting my face with the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. This has been around forever? Question mark? Like, I can remember Bare Minerals coming out, I mean, when I was like a younger teenager. So they've been around like on the market for like 15 plus years, I feel like. And this has been a really popular product for a long time. And I don't know, I just don't know my thoughts on it. That's why I want to give it a go today. I'm going to use it like I would any other setting powder and see how it works. So I got a little bit on my puff and we're just going to get these under eye lines out and set. Oh wow. Oh wow, that oxidized. Do you see how dark my under eyes are right now? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we're too late. We're going for it. Also, Mike and I do not have plans tonight. When you have a 2-year-old, it makes it really hard to like make plans, you know, like go out to dinner. We went to Skyline the other day with her, which if you are not from around here, I don't know if you know what Skyline is. It's like chili spaghetti on hot dogs, like cinnamon chili on hot dogs. I don't know, like Coney dogs. I think that's only a thing like around where I live. And if you've never been to a Skyline, they are quick. Like, they get you in and out quick. So we were probably there maybe 20 minutes total for all three of us to eat. And even that was hard for her to sit in the high chair and sit still that long. I think it's a combination of her age of being almost 2. She'll be 2 at the end of March. And also, I just think she's like a hyperactive kid. I think she just likes to like be up and about. She doesn't like to be constrained. She doesn't like to sit down. She's never liked being constrained, even as a baby. So like, I understand. I'm not trying to like sit here and take her to restaurants and force her to be constrained and force her to do something that she does not want to do, because that would be miserable for all three of us and everyone else in the restaurant. So we just eat at home a lot these days, which is probably good for our wallet and our bodies. So because of that, we have no plans after this, which thank goodness, because oh my goodness, I look like an Oompa Loompa, you guys. Look at the difference between my face and my neck right now. I did not look like that before. I mean, that foundation is not a perfect match for me, so I probably already was looking a little wonky, like it didn't match fully, but wow. I'm hoping it's showing up on camera as well as it is in person, because I'm looking like an orange. We're gonna set the rest of the face with it though. Like I said, we're committed at this point. I got no choice. Okay, well, I don't like this powder. I'm going to put it in the donation bin right after this because I just am not liking it. I like that it's blurring. Sorry if the lighting in this video is kind of wonky. The sun's going in and out of clouds, like obviously outside, and I don't know, I just feel like it's getting really dark here and then really bright. So if the lighting is wonky, sorry about that. But I like how blurring this powder is. Like I feel like my face looks pretty blurred. My pores look blurred out, but it looks drying on my face, especially my nose and my forehead and my chin. And like you saw, it oxidized so bad. What the heck? That is weird. I do not like that. Okay, I used to be obsessed with this bronzer, you guys. Oh, look at the pan. Look at the pan. That's a pretty big pan for how big my collection is and how much bronzer I own. But these days, I go for a little bit lighter of a bronzer. So I actually feel like the fair shade in this would match me better and I would like it more. Back a couple years ago when I was super obsessed with this bronzer, I was super obsessed with having like a really intense bronzer on my cheeks. And I don't feel like I'm that way anymore. I mean, obviously I want you to be able to see the bronzer still on my cheeks, but I don't want it as dark as I used to want it. Bronzer used to be just like a stripe on my cheek, and I was like, this is okay. This looks good. And I changed my mind now. I don't love that look anymore. So that's why I don't really reach for this much anymore because it is darker of a bronzer. It's looking good right now though, especially over that Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, but yeah, I feel like I would like the fair shade more. This is an expensive bronzer. It's literally like $50 something. So I think I'm going to pass on the fair shade and I'm just going to use this one with a light hand like I did today and not spend $50 on a new bronzer, you know? Okay, let's add a little highlight. I'm going to use my Nabla Ozone highlight, another OG product that I used to love a couple years ago, but it is a little bit more intense for my liking. And honestly, if it's not the Dior highlight quad, I don't use it. That's really the only highlight I reach for these days. This is pretty though. It's just kind of more intense than I like and more icy. That's the thing. The tone is just a little bit lighter of a tone, so it's icier. That's just not really my vibe these days. Okay, a product that does look kind of glittery on the cheeks, but in a really, really pretty way is this Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. Again, I have this in the shade Shimmery Rose. I have this one right here in Cool Coral, and I love this shade so much, so I picked up Shimmering Rose as well, and I'm really liking it. I do have to go in with a kind of light hand. It can get kind of intense quickly, and it is a pretty Shimmering Rose is a good name for it. It is shimmery, but in a good way. So here's my cheek with it. If you can see, it is glowing. Maybe I should have not put the highlight on first. I probably shouldn't have put the highlight on first. Sorry guys, I didn't think that through. I should have showed you the blush on its own without the highlight because it is shimmery, so it's like, what's the blush, what's the highlight, you know? But like right here is definitely blush. And it's looking really pretty. And then on this side, if you can see, there isn't shimmer on my cheek, you know? And I actually really think this is pretty. I like how glowy it is without being too glittery. Sometimes glowy blushes just look glittery on the cheeks and that's just not flattering. And I feel like this has a glow to it without being glittery. It's like a healthy glow. Kind of like the Kosas blushes. The Kosas blushes are definitely more baked and less shimmery. This does have more sparkle to it than the Kosas blushes, but it's still really pretty on the cheeks in my opinion. And also I just like this rosy shade. I just think it's like girly and fun and pretty. I can't tell you the last time I reached for something that wasn't e.l.f. Wow Brow. So we'll see how my brows look today because I'm just not really a pencil girly anymore. I don't think I like my brows with a pencil. They look too blocky. So I'm going to try to do stroke-like motions to make it look more hair-like and less blocky. Oh, I got too high. Oh, I went too high. Okay, I was able to rub it off. That was good. That was good. Yeah, I don't like it. And it's not the pencil. Like, that's not what I don't like. Like, the actual pencil. It's just the fact that it is a pencil, you know? I'm just more into the e.l.f. Wow Brow, throwing it through my brows really quickly and making it look like natural and fluffy. So, also, I never really liked this brow gel. I think it's too, like, goopy and stringy. Like, look, I don't know if you can see. There's just a string hanging down. It's like a spider web that just, like, gets all over the place. I don't love that. So, ooh, that smells weird. I think this is definitely expired as I put it on my eyebrow. Okay, this is gonna be the last time I use this eyebrow gel. I'm definitely gonna probably have to throw it away after this. It was in my project pan though, so I used a lot of it up. So I feel fine about that because I know that it's probably almost empty. I used the heck out of this in my Project Pan a couple years ago, but that smells funky. I didn't pick a mascara. I'll do that in a second. We're gonna mix that crease in transition shade and run it along my lower lash line. I feel like you cannot even barely see that with how like dark and orange my under eyes are right now. Man, that powder did me dirty. Okay, and then even though there's 2 shades in here called Inner Corner, neither of them are light enough for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my highlight. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, for mascara, I'm going to try a different one other than my Clio Kill Lash Mascara. I'm a little nervous for it because I'm obsessed with that Clio Kill Lash Mascara, but this is the Buxom Lash Mascara in Blackest Black. I want to try this because if you're a newer subscriber of mine, you might not know this, but I worked at Ulta for a hot second, like 2 or 3 years ago at this point. Literally a hot second, like 3 months. And when I was there, anytime anyone asked me for a mascara recommendation, I would say Tarte Mayonnaise because that had been my holy grail forever. But a lot of my other coworkers loved this one as well. So I want to give it a go because I've never tried it out. And they sent it to me in PR. And I figured, now's the time, guys. Let's try it out. Okay, I like the wand. I like how big it is, and I like that it is the rubber bristles. That's the type of wand I prefer. I don't think I like it. This is my eyelashes with 1 layer of it. It's not terrible, and I think if I hadn't tried the Clio Kill Lash mascara, I would like this, but that Clio mascara, there's just something about it that just holds my curls so well. It truly like elevates my lashes and makes them look so much better than they actually are. Actually, that's not true because it doesn't add any really length per se. It just coats, I feel like, every single one of my lashes and holds a curl. So my natural lashes are actually curled, if that makes sense. And this one I just feel like is weighing my lashes down. Like if I'm looking straight at you, it almost looks like my lashes are just like falling. They're not holding the curl, which is really what I need in a mascara. Dang, that's a bummer. I really went back and forth on this if I was going to donate this or not. And I decided to try it because I really thought I would like it. And now I'm bummed because I don't. And I could have donated it. And obviously I'm not going to donate it now because I used it. That's not hygienic. Yeah, it's just like doing nothing for my curl. Like it's literally like they look like they're sticking straight out instead of up. Dang, that's a bummer. I'm bummed. We'll see how this lip combination goes. I'm not convinced. I might hate it. We'll see. Again, I'm using the Pat McGrath Labs liner in the shade Divine Rose. I'm just going to line my lips. Oh, I forgot how pink this is. Wow, this is pink. All right, you have to really like pink lips to use this lip liner. I forgot how pinky that was. Okay, now we're using the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in Pink Glow. I love this stuff, so hopefully it can save this look. I mean, it's a pretty lip liner. It's just very pink. I wasn't expecting it to be that pink. Yeah, that looks pretty. It just, stay with me, pink. Last but not least, we're going to use the Benefit the Professional Super Setter. I feel like I don't really ever hear anyone talk about this setting spray, but it's a good one. If I want to lock my makeup in but not add a glow, because my Cali Ray Surf Proof and my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, they both add a little bit of glow to my skin. I love that about them. Most of the time that is what I want, but if I don't want that, this is a great setting spray to just lock in your makeup and not add a glow. Not the longest wearing setting spray, like it's not going to make your makeup last forever like the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's still really good. All right, let me just spray it on. It also has a really nice delicate mist, which is just lovely to use. All right, guys, and that was my Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me. What do you think of the look? I like most aspects of it. I like the eyes. I think they're beautiful. The cheeks are looking nice. The brows are a little bit blocky. That could be on me because I don't know how to use a pencil anymore. So like, don't blame Patrick Ta. But obviously the lips are way more pink than I thought. It's pretty. Like it's a pretty pink look. I just usually don't go this bright pink on my lips. And then the Oompa Loompa orangeness of the powder was very unexpected, but that's okay. Now I know that's not the powder for me. I can donate it and it can go to a much better home that's going to like it way better than I do. I don't know how well this video is going to do. I honestly don't think that Shop My Stashes do that great here on YouTube or like full faces of nothing new. I feel like so many people say they want to see that content, and then at least when I put them up, they don't usually tend to do too well on my channel. But I'm trying to branch out and do different types of videos. And also I'm going to try to be really mindful with my purchases this year on makeup, so I'm probably going to have less new makeup to try than I did last year. I'm hopefully not going to be able to rely on those videos as much. So I'm gonna have to get a little creative with shopping my stash, full faces, nothing new, all of that, to be able to still make content for you guys without shoving like new products in your face all the time. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.